Okay, so now we start with the data mining first exercise. It is actually called as data pre-processing. So data pre-processing can be defined as the process by which data is uh, processed through initial few stages so that we obtain a clean or a better form of data to be used in our future uses, such as in applications which involve data mining. So as we start, I created a repository called as Merlin First Repository. So it has two subfolders called data and process. So the inside the data, I have this Excel sheet called as auto, which is actually an automobile database. So so this is the automobile database. So as we take it, so first we use the operator called as retrieve auto to be able to display the results. So this is the input, and this is the result. So when you click on this button, so it shows you the result of what the data set is. So just because we're retrieving, so this is the data as it is. So now we perform data pre-processing on it, on like various operations such as replacing missing values, discretization by binning, sampling, normalization, and finally using the correlation matrix. uh, so first, let us use replace missing values. So when you search in this for replace missing values, you get the operator. It's you just drag and drop it, and then you connect it here. So also you have an option here of replacing your missing value by the following things. You can replace it by nothing, you can replace it by the minimum value, you can replace it by maximum, average, zero value. So I would choose average here. So when you click on play again, so when you go to the results, a lot of the attributes are missing last time, but these are actually replaced by the average values here. So this is how the missing values are replaced. So as you can see, it's replaced everywhere using the average value. Second thing we would be doing is to discretization by binning. So let's say discretize by bin here. So you take this and then you connect it here. So now they ask you the number of bins. So depending on the number of bins, your data gets divided into several ranges. So let's say you give 5 pins. So from minus infinity to plus infinity, it divides it into 5 equal ranges. So likewise, so let me just give 3. So when you play, so you have the results. So you have range 3, and then you have range 2, and then you also have range 1 somewhere here. Yeah, so it's range 1. So like it's divided into 3 ranges. Um, the data is divided into this, and that is why you use binning, because it's easier to segregate. Next we go to sampling. So when you say sampling, this operator is actually used when you have very huge data sets. Let me just organize this 1 second. Yeah, and we're good to go. So sampling. So when you say, so you can give a sample size. So let's say you have a data of say 1 million columns or rows for that matter. So when you say 20, so it takes a composition, or you say a smaller data set among the bigger data set. So when you say play and when you look at the results, so you only have 20. Previously there were lots, so only have 20. So this is taken as a sample. Next you have normalization. So when you say normalization, so what you actually mean by normalization is that every data set will have certain values called as outliers. So what exactly do outliers do? So outliers are values which do not, there is some anomaly. So let's say let's say a range of data is only from 1 to 100, but you might have some erratic data which says 2000. So when you put normalize, all of that data is normalized, and you get a very close set of data which is all around the same range. So that is what happens when you normalize. So because it is still in ranges, it's not visible, but when the normalization happens, everything fits into a particular range. Yeah. And finally you go to correlation matrix. So the correlation matrix. So correlation is basically understanding the degrees of correlation between the different data available in our data set. So when you say, so when you 1 second, let me organize this a little better. So when you say, I'm sorry. So when you say correlation, it shows you the degree of correlation between the different data sets. So that is what happens here. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, so now we're good to go. So the degrees of correlation between the different data available in data set is shown here. So when you put play and then you go to the results, it shows you the correlation between the different data, and because it is in range you can't see now. So let's take away the pinning and then try to show you this. I think that would be better. So when you say this and then when you play, so this is the degree of correlation. So as you see, it says minus 0.3. So from the mean value, let's say the average value, this is how correlated it is. And to be able to show you what normalization actually does, so let me take this also away and then put this. So when you say play and then when you click on your results, so this is what it shows. All the outlier values are removed, and it shows you a closed value of everything is around the same place. So let's say all of this data has been pushed to a range between minus 0.1 to minus 1 to 1.5 maybe. So otherwise there would have been outlier values which is outside this range. So that is about this exercise. So we have successfully succeeded in applying different kind of pre-processing techniques to this data set so that we obtain a refined data which we can use for the other purposes. Thank you.